What's up, folks? Welcome back to Scooter's Garage. You already know who I am, obviously. Today I'm just going to be giving you the quick and dirty on changing your shift bracket on your second generation Outlander. Those are the ones that they come with from the factory are plastic and prone to breaking. It's $20 for an aluminum one on Amazon, so you might as well just, if you're in here, you might as well swap it out. It just makes life, a little bit easier, and you don't have to worry about snapping it on the trail and then figuring out a way to get home because it broke and now you can't shift it properly. But anyway, back to the quick and dirty. Let's start off by taking off this piece here. Obviously it'll be up under there. I've taken up most of this apart already to make life a little easier, make this video a little bit quicker for you guys. You're gonna have to pull off your side panel here. It can be a little bit of a fight, especially if you've got snorkels like I do. I would advise taking off your shift knob. It just makes getting this piece up and over a lot quicker, and if it's really stuck, you just jam a screwdriver through the hole and just kind of give it a turn, and usually they'll break right free, or it might snap off, who knows, depends on how long it's been on there. But anyway, you got snorkels like I do. This might be a pain, but there is a screw right there. Obviously I've already got it out, but you do need to take that out. And then down here, right there will be a push pin. There'll be another one here, and then another one, I don't know if you guys can really see this all that well, but another one right here. That one's a bit of a fight to get out, so mentally prepare yourself for that one before you try to take it out. And then after that, it's just pulling this panel out, and the shift bracket's right about here. So let me work on getting this thing out of here, and then we'll get down to actually changing it. Now, don't do what I did, because I went to pull it off and cracked it, because I get impatient with things. So easiest way to do it is to start back here, because this tab on the back kind of bends. Pop that out. Be careful when you do it though, because it will, that little plastic tab there will bend over or try to bend back and scratch your plastics, so just be careful. Up here we're just going to lift it up a little bit, because you got to get this piece out down here that comes out of the hole in the floorboard. Then kind of try to lift, like I said, if you got snorkels this is going to be a pain, but lift this out of the way a little bit, and you got to kind of rock the whole thing back like so. We'll take that out of there, set it off to the side, and right there is our shift bracket. You got 3 bolts, a spring, and you got to pop this ball socket off, because this is what goes up to your shifter. They tend to break down here below the bolts, because obviously that's a little on the flimsy side, but that's where they break, and then it ends up that you can't shift it, to get it back into gear, or you get it in gear and it's stuck there because you can't move because the shifter doesn't pivot correctly. So let's get you guys in the stand here, make sure you can see everything. Alright, and I'm just gonna grab a pair of pliers. We're going to gently attempt to pop this off. You can do this with a screwdriver or a pry bar. Just be careful. Oh boy, she's on there. Okay, you know what? We're not going to take that off. We're going to pull this spring down and unhook it. Get that out of there, because we're going to have to take we're going to have to unbolt this anyway, because the new one doesn't have its own ball socket. You're going to have to unscrew that from the back. So we'll leave it on there for now, and we'll see what it looks like on the back before we go breaking something. Cut the zip tie. Yours probably won't have a zip tie here, but mine does, because of the snorkels and stuff. But and we're just going to grab our impact, and you guys might be a little in the way here, but I'll do my best to work around you so you can still see what's going on. Zip these screws out right quick. Oop. Let's go ahead and pull you guys back a little bit. And, all right, well, we're going to take and We're gonna pop this guy out real quick. Make sure you don't lose any of your screws, because well, at least the one I got from Amazon didn't come with any extra, didn't come with new bolts or anything like that. So set those off to the side, and then let's pull this back and see if we can see what's going on back here. Yep, it's got a nut on the back side. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Where are we looking here? Right there, right where my finger is, there's a nut on the back side of it. So let me get you guys set back up here. I'm not trying to do this one-handed. Sorry for all the camera movement. If you get seasick easy, I do apologize. Okay, so now there's the whole bracket out. Now, like I said, this ball socket should pop off. If it's an older machine, it may not come off very easily, but it is meant to come off. I think I'm going to need a wrench for this one. Hey, while you guys are waiting for me to come back over there, why don't you hit that like and subscribe button, huh? You know, help the YouTube algorithm pick up the channel. Little stainless, why don't you sub plug there? Okay, so that's about what I figured. It's a 1/2 inch, or well, 13 millimeter, I guess I should say. Okay, that's kind of what I figured. There's 2 flats for a wrench on the opposite side of the ball socket from the nut. Let's see if I can find a wrench that'll fit that. So what's everybody been up to? How you been? How's life treating you? I hope good. Boy, this went from quick and dirty to this could take a minute. Alright. Oh, there we go. First try. So that's a 3/8 on the stud side of that. And the 13, well, probably be a 10 millimeter would probably fit better, but can you guys even see what I'm doing? You can't. Okay. Let's get you down here a little bit. And we're just gonna wrench that off. This is a lock nut, so it should be a little difficult to turn at first, because you know you really don't want that thing just falling off of there out of nowhere. This would probably be easier if I had taken the ball socket off first, but we're doing this quick and dirty style, so whoop. And I just dropped a washer. That's not something I want to lose. There you are. Okay, now we got that off. Make sure your washers stay in place. You want a washer on either side of that. And this is our replacement. Nice little aluminum bracket there. You know, far less likely to break, but you know, God only knows it is eBay, or eBay, yeah. It is from Amazon, so you know. But that's gonna go. Man, camera's just not loving me today. That's gonna go like that, but we've got to mount our ball socket back on first. And then once we get that in, we can hook the spring back up, get the shifter back up through where it goes, and yada yada yada. So we'll take this and throw that on there, like so. I know it's probably kind of hard for you guys to see what's going on. I don't have a cameraman, so I'm kind of trying to do the best I can here. And doing this, holding this, and doing everything one-handed, plus the camera and all that. It's just, you know, that's not really something that's going to happen. Be careful if you do it this way. You don't rip the boot that's on the ball socket, because it will allow dirt and stuff to get in, and that's no bueno. It'll end up eating up the ball, and then before you know it, the socket won't stay on it properly, and you're just constantly struggling to keep it on there. This would also be a good point to lube up any pivot points on the ship linkage itself. I'll show you here in a second. So I want to make sure I get this tight. There, that should work. I'm sure there's a torque spec for that or something weird, but not gonna happen. So now, because I like to do things the hard way, I've got to struggle. Oh, actually, that went right back in. Okay, all right. We can work with that. All right, now I suggest starting off with your top bolts. It's just a little bit easier because they stick out where the lower one, this one here, is inside. You'll probably need to put a socket on the end of it to get it started. But if you start with the other two first, it'll make it a little bit easier to, you know, hold it in place while you're getting that other one in. Okay, third one, last one. These are just J-nuts that hold these in, so don't go crazy tightening them down, because you'll either spin the J-nut or snap it off. I've done it before. It's not fun, especially trying to get them back apart when you can't get to the back side of the J-nut. So we're gonna run the old ratchet on these ones. That way I can tell how tight it is. Come on. Make sure we snug one of these other ones up too while we're right here. Yeah, just don't go crazy with it. Go till they're snug, and then maybe an eighth or a quarter return more, and then stop. Kind of like that. You know, don't put your full body behind it. Just, you know, use your wrist to turn it, and go until your wrist is about. Go until you can do it as tight as you can that way, and then leave it be. One thing you are going to want to check before you go closing everything up, well, other than putting the spring back on, because I'm getting way ahead of myself here. Grab a hold of the spring, pull it down. This is going to be interesting. Actually, probably might be able to do this with my fingers. Well, probably if I could actually get my fat hand in there. You know what? Let me grab a pair of needle nose. You know, you'd think at some point that I'd be smart enough to get all the tools out before I start a video like this, but where's the fun in that? We're gonna grab this, pull it down, hook it in that little hole, and that just keeps your shifter. It keeps your shifter in the gate, so it can't, you know, it's not just flopping around like that, like a fish out of water. Okay, now that's all on. One thing that I know I've started to say this before, but make sure you can shift it through all the gears, and then it's actually going into those gears when you move it. You don't want to get to a point where, or you know, you get the whole thing back together and all of a sudden it's not locking into gear properly. You know, make sure, check each one. I think I may need to adjust this a little bit anyway, just because it's kind of weird going into low range. You got to push the shifter forward to actually get it to lock in like that. That's in low range up there, but it's just spinning. So if I take and push this forward a little bit, now it's locked in low range and nothing turns. So I'm gonna have to, if you gotta adjust it, loosen this nut down here, this one here, and then you can turn this union, and that's what shortens the shift shaft or lengthens it depending on what situation you're in. I'd show you how to do that, but that's a lot of messing around. Actually, let me see see if I got the right wrench here. If I do, I'll back these off. That ain't it. Is this it? Is this the one that's gonna do it? Huh? You gonna play ball here or what? Okay, go figure. And yes, I know my engine's dirty. I didn't get a chance to really do a full cleanup on it before the weather turned, and I had to put all my washing stuff away. Tell me this is reverse thread. Yeah, one of them should be reverse thread. Oh, there we go. Did it do it? Did you loosen? Or you just bust? Yep, okay. Yeah, so righty tighty, lefty loosey. So that one's the proper way? I don't know. They're opposite each other, just for the simple fact that that's just the way it is. So you can turn, they're threaded opposite, so you can turn this and open and close the amount of threads here. But yeah, anyway, to finish it off, just reverse the process. You know, put your side panel back in. Make sure you put your screw back in. Like I said, if you got snorkels, it's going to be a little bit of a fight, but it's not impossible. Oh yeah, make sure that you lube up all your pivot points. Like there's one here, right there, where the shifter is. You can't really do much with the pivot ball. It just kind of is what it is, because it's got a boot on it and there's no grease fitting or anything. But yeah, that's it. That's all you really got to do. Like I said, just a quick and dirty, get it done type of video. I'm going to try to get some more content in here for you guys. I've been lacking a little bit. You know, things have been picking up at work, so I got to do, you know, I got to run my business before I do the YouTube channel. But I do have some stuff coming up. I got work to do on my Virago bobber. This old girl here is going to be getting stripped down. All the paint's coming off of it. We're going to get it back to as close to original as I can. But yeah, as soon as I get some free time, I'll start making some more videos for everybody. And like I said, if you would, you know, drop a like, leave a comment. You know, if you got questions or anything like that, don't hesitate to ask them. I'll do my best to answer what I can. And other than that, until next time, keep your shiny side up.